All right, we're live. Happy Friday.
Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. Boy, I missed this last week, but we were, I don't know, unpacking in Chicago or something.
On a taxi, I can't remember.
Time was just too tight.
All right. Do you want to start out with the blog post? I can share the
Sure.
screen.
Yeah, go for it. So when did we get back? Tuesday
Yeah.
from the Academy meeting in Chicago, which was just a great time. I really enjoyed it so much. I've been to the meeting lots of times, but never in our own booth. So there we are. So that was Aidan and me and Mandy, which is just wonderful that she got to join us. She drove down from Wisconsin for this and had some fun setting up our booth. We had a lot of brand new literature that we put together for this and got a little banner made for the back. And we ended up in a spot that was just better than I would have expected for traffic, especially the first day. We were kind of near where registration is.
Can actually see all the people in line behind us.
All right. Yeah.
Keep scrolling.
Sure. And jump in with your experience. Anything. God, it was great weather there.
Yeah.
Nice walks.
Beautiful. I've never been to Chicago before. So huge exhibit hall with all of the brands there. Vizia in the photo. Did you put a Demodex photo in? I don't think you did.
Oh gosh, no. And you know what? I took my little guy home. Wait, maybe I didn't. Hold on. Is he here? No, he's here. Yeah. This is my Demodex mite. Tarsus Pharmaceuticals were handing these out at their booth. Yeah, they have a drug on the way. If all goes well for Demodex blepharitis. They've filed their NDA, so it's just in the FDA's hands to hopefully give a thumbs up, and that could be on the market by the end of next year, I'm imagining. So anyway, I think I probably put this on social media. It's just like the one thing that was kind of lacking. This is a massive exhibit hall and all that, but usually there's like more imaginative giveaways, and there wasn't anything that great, but this one was good.
Yeah.
That was sunrise Monday morning.
That's so pretty. Yeah, we had a good spot for a hotel. We're just kind of right on the water once you cross the 4-lane road or whatever. But yeah, that was nice. So yeah. Oh, so nice to get out and not be like freezing cold in Chicago or something. Good conference and lots of views right close to the city, different than Las Vegas. So I definitely had a good time. And let's see, just thinking about the booth, we took some names and contact information down for doctors. We're going to be distributing brochures through the mail to different practices. I have one right here.
These are patient brochures for doctors to hand out to patients. Something we've been looking forward to for quite some time. And if anybody listening wants brochures to give their doctor to hand out, just hit us up, give us a call, text us. And happy to send them out.
Absolutely. Anything else on AAO? Just catching.
I don't know if you want to share at all about any conversations or anything there.
Yeah, let's see. I attended a couple of sessions on dry eye. Always enjoy hearing Dr. Debbie Jacobs present and got some other perspectives too. Talked about neuropathic pain, and then there was kind of a step-by-step dry eye management, which was nice to get everything kind of in context and hear from different doctors.
The pain one was, sorry to jump in. That was just thinking about familiar names for people that might be watching. Anat Galor, I think, was the one moderating that one.
Yeah. Pedram Hamra was on there, and trying to think of anyone else I remembered. I don't think I know the other guy who was there. In terms of conversations, I think the doctors that got it really got it and were interested in getting literature. So just glad to make our presence known and glad that more doctors are aware that we're out here. I think I started out approaching doctors, hey, you got any dry eye patients? And by the end, it was like, how can we help your dry eye patients? There's no question that someone coming up to the booth like, not dry eye patients. So it was good. Yeah. lots of kind of international connections, connected with a foundation in France as well that just emailed us today with the link to their site, and cool mission. So it's really nice to be able to network and yeah, just grow our reach. And I think getting these brochures in more doctors' offices will hopefully catch some more people before they, I don't know, do the whole spiral thing.
Yeah, the whole idea is to get more information and resources and community out there for people earlier in their process. So people aren't churning through too much before they can get, some just insight and orientation. On that subject, actually, I saw just today was the first day of this Voice of the Patient program that Novartis is putting on, that I was working on. We had our first meeting with all the participants, and someone else in the group, and this is for people from all different diseases, not just dry eye. And someone there was talking about in the particular disease she was dealing with, which I think was some form of cancer, I forget, but it turned out after a long, long time that there was one little piece of information that if she had had it early on, it would have saved her a whole lot of time and grief and stress and things. And it had to do with special risks for someone of her particular ethnic background in the particular disease area. And it's like something now she knows that she can orient others to it, but just, this is something that I've talked with about other people before. How do we zoom in on just those particular pieces of information we need earlier, those elusive bits? And for her, it was just a form of genetic testing. If she could have had that, it would have sped a whole lot of things up. So yeah, constantly grappling with that, how to get what people need to them sooner.
Yeah, such a common experience talking to people after they've been to 5 or 6 doctors and feel like that they're at the end of the rope. Yeah.
It's all those, I wish I had known. We used to talk about this a lot in our dry eye happy hour sessions back in 2020, 2021. We would wrap up a session on any particular topic with, what would you tell your younger self? What do you want people out there to know sooner? Anyway, great time at AAO.
Yeah, great practice for our next conference in San Diego. It's going to be smaller and busier, we think. So yeah, got to just figure out, hey, how do we want to put the table and the chairs, and what were the good giveaways? We had candy and pens that were really popular. So we're learning a lot. Our first conference is kind of a dress rehearsal for the next one too. So that's fun. All right, trying to get back to the notes here. What else? Do you want me to keep screen sharing, or
maybe run over what events are coming up, what meetings we've got going on?
Oh, yeah, I didn't put that one up. So I know off the top of my head, mental health group is coming up on Monday. Unfortunately, Mandy's gonna have to take some time off from that. So Rebecca, you're going to be leading the mental health group on Monday. You've also got a scleral lens group on Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific. We've got our UK dry eye group
once a month, so I'm looking forward to that.
yeah. Sorry. Got our UK group on Thursday at 6 p.m. London time. And
Thank
we've got our dry eye Zoom group next Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific. So it's a full week for support groups. Got millennials after that, and incomplete lid closure. So dryefoundation.org/calendar. I'll put that on the chat for the live stream here. That's where you can register for all of our upcoming support groups. Right. Are we on to studies?
Yeah, just about. I want to just put a word in on an update on the biologiceyedrops.org site. Because we've posted some new information about a biologic eye drop called Stimulize. It's an amniotic fluid eye drop. And Dr. Brown's got some new presentations on that one that we posted recently. And I recorded a video yesterday, actually, that is now up as well. Just want to get the word out to people so you know what's going on. And all right, on to studies and just new drugs. I wanted to run over the drug pipeline. One of the fun things for me at Academy was just a good opportunity to get updated on what's going on with all the drugs in kind of late stage development. A lot of those drug manufacturers were there in the exhibit hall, so we could talk to them. Not all of them, but most of the ones that at least are kind of late stage there. So let's see. I don't think I can see it on there. I'm going to pull it up on a different window.
Yeah.
Run through. Bear with me a sec.
I just zoomed
I'm
in.
staring off at my other screen here. Right. So the exciting thing is, and we look back over the history of dry eye drug development and FDA approvals. We had Restasis in 2003. And then we had this long dry period. I mean, we went 14 years without any drug getting approved, even though there were a ton of things in the pipeline over the years. We had disappointments with some really good ones, at least a lot of doctors thought so, that did not make it through FDA approval for various reasons, but did get out there on the market in Asia and Europe in some cases. Just very disappointing. Then Xiidra came out, then we got Cequa. There's been a little dribble since then. And now all of a sudden, we actually have 3 different drugs that are waiting on an answer from the FDA. So I mentioned one of them earlier, the Demodex one from Tarsus. And there's 2 others that both originated with a company called Novaliq. One of them now belongs to Bausch. But the first Novaliq one is a cyclosporin drug targeting aqueous deficient dry eye, like other cyclosporin drugs tend to do. Then the other one that's a Novaliq Bausch drug, which I don't have any idea how to pronounce, but they also call it NOV03. That's supposed to treat evaporative dry eye, not treating MGD per se, but treating evaporative dry eye signs and symptoms. And that's, some people will already know of this because it's on the market in Europe as Evotears. So we're pretty excited to see when any of these, or hopefully all of them, will get a thumbs up. Then there's one more company, Aldera, who have a drug called Reproxalap, don't know how to pronounce it, that's been in development for quite a while, and they're expecting to file their NDA before the end of the year. So, if all goes well, we could see quite a few new things actually hitting the market, not just out there in the distant future, 4 years from now or something. We have some things coming up.
September was a big month for press releases then.
Yeah.
Good timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Then I want to go through just a few miscellaneous things that were in my news and PubMed feed. On my emails, I was just kind of scrolling through them backwards, trying to catch up on a few things. And I just like to go through those and see what catches my eye. I used to blog about everything of interest that was getting published in the area of dry eye, but that was back in the days when not very much was. And then there's just so much. It's hard to weed through it all for the really high impact ones. So now I just kind of go more for the unusual ones than anything else, or the ones that just look like, gosh, I'm glad somebody's studying that particular thing. So first one that caught my eye today was this one on racial and ethnic disparities in dry eye diagnosis and care. Up on my screen too here. And I think a lot of studies about access to care and quality of care focus on economic disparities. But this one, their bottom line said minorities presented with worse objective dry eye parameters, as in when they walked in the door of a specialty clinic, they were worse off to start, and they had fewer treatments that they had done when they walked in. And they said that was not explained entirely just by income and healthcare access issues. So that I like these studies that kind of say, hey, there may be a problem here. We need more study of this to see how we can do a better job. And you know what? I just noticed our good friends are on this. I saw Essen Akpeck at Johns Hopkins, but Ian is on there as well. Ian Sultana. So cool. All right, next. This one caught my eye. Impact of meibomian gland dysfunction on quality of life and mental health in a clinical sample in Ghana. And sometimes you just find these gems lurking out there and things you might be tempted to overlook. So it's talking about how does MGD actually affect people in terms of their quality of life. And I mean, they called it psychosomatic conditions here, but really they were getting at, they say it, depression, quality of life scores, the depression, anxiety, and stress. This is a study of 215 people. The interesting thing to me was they very clearly, their analysis very clearly showed that impact of life is about whether you have symptoms or not. They said there was no difference in quality. This is really interesting. In their groups, they had no difference in quality of life scores between the MGD and the non-MGD groups of this study, but between the ones that were symptomatic and the ones that weren't symptomatic, they had a big difference. This kind of goes back to what we've always said. It's the symptoms that mess with us. Meibomian glands in and of themselves have never really scared me. There's a lot of people walking around with a lot of meibomian glands that don't work for a whole lot of reasons, and they're not all symptomatic, but the symptom side guesses. Anyway, let's see. Next, there was a quick little review thing about Tyrvaya. Someone was asking on email just the other day, maybe it was today, about why we haven't talked about Tyrvaya much. And I'm realizing I need to spend more time in like our newsletters talking about actual common treatments people are using. There was a lot of very positive things that this little review said. Let's see. So kind of middle of the second paragraph, varenicline solution or Tyrvaya nasal spray led to fast and sustained improvements in the signs and symptoms of dry disease in clinical trials up to 12 weeks duration and were well tolerated. I mean, those are the things we're looking for, right? We don't want to wait forever for it to start working. We don't want it to work for a little while and then stop. And we don't want it to give us a lot of nasty side effects. So those are data from the trials. Then we get the real life data that trickles in. And I do know quite a lot of people who seem to be doing well on it. I think I'm going to hold off on that last one until next week. I wanted to take a little closer look at it.
Got it. I don't even know if I got the link up for that. So, oh, good. Did you see the mean age on the Ghana study was like
No, I didn't.
2 years old?
Sorry, what was it?
The mean age was about 22
Oh,
on the Ghana study. So, wow, young population with MGD there.
they have some people over there that are really keen on dry. I've seen a lot of good studies coming out of there.
Interesting, interesting. All right, well, I'm definitely feeling like it's halfway through a Friday. I don't know
Oh my
about
God,
you.
it was a long week. Yeah, a lot going on. All right, time to wrap up. I feel like it's been a long time since our Friday afternoon support group. So looking forward to that next week.
Yeah,
We've got the Monday mental health one as well, which that will be fun to lead. And always looking for people who want to raise their hand and volunteer, even if it's just for one session. Don't have to make long-term commitments to things, you know, looking for people who can help out with our Zoom groups. So give us a call, text, email, whatever, if you're interested.
all right. Yeah, you can find all the ways to get in touch with us at dryfoundation.org. And I think we'll see everyone next week.